It all started when people were counting down on New Year's Eve. A boy in a hoodie appeared. He suddenly realized he had returned to the time before he was swept away into the game. He had already reached the 20th round before, but failed. If only I could stop time, he thought. Then he remembered. This was his 100th and final regression. This time he was determined to finish it. But before he could do that, he needed to bring 4 other people with him to the final round. A few minutes earlier, a guy in a jacket was feeling bored while waiting for the new year. His friend asked him what he wanted to be in life. He laughed and said, "I'll be a gangster. You only live once, right?" His friends looked disappointed. Then they changed the topic and started talking about another boy they knew. The one who always wore a hoodie. They asked the guy in the jacket what he would do if he had his own personal shuttle. He said, "I won't let him go even after graduation." Then they noticed the boy in the hoodie standing nearby looking at them. The guy in the jacket froze for a moment. Something about the hoodie boy's presence felt different this time. The boy in the hoodie glared at him. Annoyed, the guy in the jacket clenched his jaw but decided to ignore it. "I'll let him go for today," he muttered. Suddenly, a beautiful voice echoed around them. Everyone turned, trying to find where it came from. Then an angel descended from the sky, speaking in a calm yet cold tone about how terrible humanity's situation had become. She said they were nothing but entertainment. The boy in the hoodie, the one who had already experienced this scene 99 times, looked up at her with hatred. The angel laughed mockingly, calling humans trash. While she laughed, an old man stepped forward and asked, "Who are you supposed to be, some kind of cosplayer?" The boy already knew what would happen next. The angel smiled. And then, with a flick of her hand, the old man's head exploded. People screamed and ran in panic. Even the guy in the jacket was frozen in shock. The angel frowned, furious that such a lowly human dared to speak to her that way. While chaos spread, the boy in the hoodie just sighed. He was tired of hearing the same words, the same screams, over and over again. Then the angel announced the start of the game. She explained that every first day of the month, for 20 rounds, humans would be transported into the game world. Those who completed all 20 rounds would be rewarded and set free. But not everyone would survive. "I will only spare half of you," she said, smiling cruelly. People began to panic again. The angel added, "Don't worry, I'll only take those aged 15 to 29. Some older people cheered in relief, while others trembled in fear. The guy in the jacket tried to calm everyone down. Then, in a blinding flash of light, the angel gathered over 1 billion participants, and the game began. The boy in the hoodie was suddenly transported into another dimension. The angel's voice echoed. "Before we begin, customize your avatars." He chose the same one he used before and entered the name Black Scythe. When he opened his eyes, he was standing in a beautiful green field. He looked different now, stronger, sharper, and it felt like his own real body after using it so many times before. Around him, others appeared too. Many had chosen attractive looks, but that was a mistake. In this game, if you died here, you died in real life. Beauty only made you a target. Then he spotted the guy in the jacket again, now muscular and powerful looking. The angel appeared above them once more and announced that all the humans in Seoul, over 1.8 million people, had been transported here. She instructed them to open their status windows. Black Scythe checked his and sighed in disappointment. His stats had been reset to low again. The others excitedly checked theirs as well, curious about their abilities. The angel explained, "If you survive all 20 rounds, your wish will be granted. As a bonus for the first round, she gave everyone a random rune, usable only once at level 1. People began activating their runes, experimenting with their new powers. Finally, the angel raised her hand and declared, "Round 1, kill 100 goblins each." A single goblin appeared in front of them, then dozens more. Soon, 50,000 goblins surrounded the 10,000 players. People screamed as the monsters charged. Then Black Scythe stepped forward, aura forming around him as he began walking toward the goblins. And with a swift kick, he launched the first attack. The people were shocked after seeing Black Scythe fight. But Black Scythe had planned this. He wanted the angel to notice him. More goblins came toward him, but he easily defeated them. The people couldn't believe how strong he was, so they decided to try fighting too. They thought the goblins were weak. But they weren't. After realizing that, they panicked and ran. Humans started dying one after another. They no longer thought this was just a game. Now, all they could think about was survival. They ran and ran. Black Scythe had once made the same mistake before. Only after dying twice did he realize that there was no escape from the beginning. For normal people, killing even one goblin was hard. But if they didn't fight, they wouldn't survive. While humans were dying, the angel was laughing. Then the angel suddenly noticed Black Scythe fighting. She tried to check his stats, but she couldn't. While Black Scythe was killing goblins, he was leveling up. He was casually dodging attacks and eliminating them one by one, spinning his blade, then stabbing them. The goblins began to fear how strong he was. Black Scythe opened his status window and upgraded his agility to move and dodge faster. He continued eliminating goblins. The goblins hesitated out of fear, but Black Scythe decided to attack first. He suddenly appeared behind them with incredible speed, throwing fast slashes that killed them instantly. Finally, Black Scythe finished the quest and leveled up. After completing it and trying to get the angel's attention, he ranked #1 in all zones, with a time of 10 minutes and 21 seconds. Ranking first in both the given zone and in all zones gave him extra rewards. He received a rare weapon selection and a chest, which he immediately used. Black Scythe chose the stiletto as his weapon. While he was busy checking his stats, the other players were still dying. He checked again and saw the title Last Time Regressor, the same one he had received for 99 times. He used the rune of regression, expecting something, but of course he failed. If it had worked, he could have regressed infinitely, not just 100 times. However, after the system detected that it was his 100th regression, he suddenly gained the Last Time Regressor title again. He was shocked, because titles played a big role in the game. And this time, he gained the ability to resurrect once. Resurrection was mostly a skill for priests, and was very rare, so he was glad to have it. Black Scythe set his title to private. He knew others would complete the quest soon. He spotted Young Min, the boy in a jacket, and knew he'd survive. Soon, players began finishing their quests. The angel looked bored. Many had died and some survived. Now she wanted some fun. People trembled as the dead bodies vanished before their eyes. Then the angel summoned more goblins. Thousands appeared and panic spread again. 50,000 goblins surrounded the survivors. Humans fought desperately for their lives. More people completed the quest, while others could only watch their friends die. The angel laughed as she watched the chaos. Black Scythe stared at her coldly. After a while, 5,143 players completed their quest. Then the goblins disappeared. The angel announced that only half would move on. The rest would die. Humans screamed as their bodies began to vanish. The angel congratulated the survivors and revealed the round 1 results. Black Scythe ranked first in both the entire region and his current zone. He received plenty of rewards, including 1,000 gold for future use. Everyone was stunned that the top player came from their area. Black Scythe knew everyone recognized him now. Even the angel seemed pleased to have him under her watch. Then she approached and asked, "How strong are you?" Black Scythe replied calmly, "You can check my status window." The angel, afraid to lose face, said, "I can, of course. I was only testing you." Black Scythe smirked, knowing she couldn't. Then he spoke again. "The rank 1 reward feels lacking." Young Min froze. Others were shocked too. The angel's expression darkened with anger. Black Scythe repeated his words unbothered. Silence filled the air. The angel felt humiliated and furious. She wanted to kill him on the spot, but she couldn't. Her power was already used once, so she smiled coldly. "Let's talk about it in private," she said. Everyone was stunned. Some grew jealous, others suspicious. Black Scythe glanced at Young Min and followed her into the forest. The angel turned irritated. "Why aren't you walking closer to me?" Her tone grew sharp. She decided to punish this greedy man. "I'll kill him the moment we pass that rock," she thought. She didn't want to do it in front of others. As they approached the rock, she prepared to strike. But before she could act, something flew toward her. A fist. It landed perfectly. The punch hit her face, leaving a bruise. The angel stumbled back in disbelief. She couldn't believe what Black Scythe had just done. The angel fell to the ground due to the impact. Blood started to flow from her nose. The angel angrily looked back at him, but to her surprise, Black Scythe was gone. Then Black Scythe appeared behind her. He grabbed her wings. The angel felt it, but it was too late. The angel shouted angrily, asking what he was doing. Then Black Scythe weakened her wings. The angel cried out in pain, until Black Scythe completely disabled them. Black Scythe then said, "Stop crying like a baby." He held the other wing too and rendered it useless. Now the angel couldn't escape from Black Scythe's grasp. Black Scythe said that if he didn't act now, 5 minutes later he'd be the one suffering. The angel pretended not to understand and asked what he meant. Black Scythe showed the dagger hidden within her wings. The angel still tried to lie, but Black Scythe said, "I can tell you're lying, Burial." Burial, the angel, couldn't believe a mere human knew her name. Then Black Scythe pulled out a dagger from his inventory. The angel started to get afraid. She said, "I'll make your head explode." But Black Scythe knew she already used that ability. The angel grew more desperate and tried to lie again. She said her comrades wouldn't stay still if he hurt her. But Black Scythe knew angels didn't care about other angels. The angel was shocked that he also knew she was only a pawn in a bigger game. Then Black Scythe struck her down, ending the fight. The system detected that an angel had been defeated. Black Scythe was confirmed as the first player to defeat an angel and gained the title Angel Slayer. He obtained Angel's blood and rune of slaughter as rewards, which he immediately used. Black Scythe had first discovered this reward during his 13th attempt. He got it out of revenge, and only one person could obtain it. He knew that if angels found out he had a rune, they would be shocked. The biggest reason why Black Scythe defeated an angel was because of the angel's blood. There are 30 different classes that can be obtained once a player reaches level 30. What Black Scythe got was a unique class, one that could only be earned under special circumstances. Black Scythe opened his status window and used the reward for ranking first in all regions. He decided to reach level 10 to prepare for a class change. He chose the 3x EXP buff, maintained for round 2. The angel's body slowly faded away. Round 1 ended, and round 2 would begin next month. Yongmin came back to his body. The others woke up too, confused about what just happened. Then they realized time in the real world had passed normally. His friends woke up one by one, except for one. They tried to wake him, but he wasn't breathing. They soon realized he was gone. Looking around, they saw others who also didn't wake up. Everyone understood. The ones who died in the game had died in real life. Then suddenly Yongmin had a thought. He smiled slightly. He thought, this is fun. He realized that even the rich and poor would now live equally. His friend, scared of dying, started to panic. He looked disappointed when Yongmin said they just needed to survive. They said it was easy for him to say since he lived like a thug. Then Yongmin started looking around, wondering where the guy in a hoodie went. He assumed the guy didn't survive because he was weak. Suddenly, Yongmin saw someone wearing armor and got curious about where it came from. He tried opening his status window, and to his surprise, it appeared. He was shocked that it also worked in real life. His friends saw it too, and soon, everyone started opening theirs. Yongmin picked up a rock from the ground and crushed it easily. He couldn't believe what he just did. He smirked and said, "This is awesome." A news report showed what happened on New Year's Day. Angels appeared all over the world, and many people died. Others who didn't experience it refused to believe it. The guy in the hoodie, Black Scythe, knew it had already begun. The real problem was that players could now use their powers in real life, and if they grew stronger, they could become transcendent beings. He couldn't let that happen. He decided to control them through power, using what he learned from his previous attempts. He already knew people with potential, but it wasn't time to act yet. When Black Scythe returned home, he saw his brother had eaten only ramen again. He entered his room and found him sleeping peacefully. He was grateful to still have his brother, Ryu Won, the only family he had left after their parents passed away. He noticed bruises on his brother and quietly fixed the bandage. By morning, Ryu Won woke up and saw his older brother beside him. "We're going somewhere," his brother said. Ryu Won, still half asleep, protested that it was too early, but his brother insisted, "We don't have time to sleep." Ryu Won followed, confused and worried. It was the first time he had seen his older brother act so serious. Outside, his brother told him to check the news. When Ryu Won looked at his phone, he froze. Reports showed angels and players across the world, and he realized his brother was one of those taken. He asked if he was hurt, clearly afraid of losing him too. After losing their parents, his brother was all he had left. Ryu Won knew that to fill the emptiness their parents left behind, his brother had to stay strong, and he had to support him. But he thought, killing monsters and staying sane must be hard too. His older brother reassured him. Don't worry, we have powers now. We can be strong. They started walking again, but then he suddenly stopped. His brother asked where they were going. Seeing the bruises on Ryu Won, Black Scythe, the older brother, looked determined. We're going to see Bang Taegyu, he said, the one who bullied his younger brother. Then Black Scythe said that Bang Taegyu had been harassing his younger brother. Ryu Won was shocked that his older brother knew about it. A moment of silence passed between them. Ryu Won wanted to keep it a secret to avoid causing trouble for his brother, but Black Scythe hadn't known at first. He only learned about it after his first regression. He remembered that day clearly. He had just left the house when he got a call. Thinking it was nothing serious, he answered, but then he found out his younger brother was in the hospital. He rushed there as fast as he could, but it was already too late. Ryu Won had come home injured and blind. That day, Black Scythe was filled with regret. From then on, he swore he would protect his brother at all costs. In an abandoned apartment, someone was getting beaten up. It happened because Ryu Won didn't show up. The one doing it was Bang Taegyu. Even his friends were shocked by how strong and ruthless he was. Some of them were afraid to step in. One of his friends suggested calling Ryu Won, and Bang Taegyu agreed. It sounded fun to him. Then he started mocking Ryu Won, saying he was poor and his house looked like trash. His friends couldn't believe he even knew where Ryu Won lived. Then suddenly, Bang Taegyu noticed someone standing at the door, Ryu Won, with his older brother beside him. Bang Taegyu smiled, amused that his toy had come to him. He shouted angrily, scolding Ryu Won for being late. Ryu Won could only stand there, frightened. Then Bang Taegyu looked at the man beside him and asked who he was. Black Scythe smiled slightly and said, I'm his older brother. Bang Taegyu's expression turned cold. He decided to beat them both and ordered his friends to attack. His friends rushed forward, one of them even laughing as if it were a game. But then a single punch from Black Scythe sent him flying across the room. Another came charging, but Black Scythe dodged easily and countered with a solid hit that sent him sprawling. The last two attacked at once, but both were knocked down instantly. Bang Taegyu saw everything and smiled with interest. He thought Black Scythe only knew a bit of boxing. Size matters in a fight, he said with a smirk. But Black Scythe calmly asked, Haven't you heard the news? Bang Taegyu laughed, thinking he was joking. He threw a heavy punch, but Black Scythe dodged with ease. He threw another and another, even tried a kick, but none of them landed. Bang Taegyu started to panic. He couldn't believe he hadn't landed a single hit. Black Scythe looked at him coldly. If you've heard the news, he said, you should know better than to mess with a player like me. Then with a powerful strike, Bang Taegyu was sent flying across the room. Bang Taegyu was knocked back by the punch. He tried to strike back, but suddenly Black Scythe disappeared from sight. When Bang Taegyu turned around, it was already too late. Another hit sent him reeling. He wiped his nose in disbelief as blood began to drip. Now angrier than before, he threw another punch, but Black Scythe easily blocked it and countered with precision. The others watching were stunned by what they saw. Bang Taegyu, refusing to give up, aimed for one last powerful hit. But again, Black Scythe deflected it with ease, sending him crashing down. This time, Bang Taegyu couldn't even stand. Black Scythe stared down at him coldly. The memory of Ryu Won returning home blind still burning in his mind. He stepped closer, and Bang Taegyu froze in fear. Black Scythe reached out, holding his hand firmly. A faint smile appeared on his face. Bang Taegyu looked confused until Black Scythe twisted his wrist sharply, leaving him in agony. Then he grabbed the other hand and did the same. Bang Taegyu cried out in pain, and his friends ran away in fear. Even Ryu Wan turned his eyes away, unable to watch. Begging, Bang Tegu promised he would never do it again. Black Scythe coldly replied, "Let's make sure you don't," before tightening his grip once more. The sound of his cries echoed through the apartment. When it was over, the two brothers walked out silently. Ryu Wan was still shaken. "How are you that strong?" he asked. Black Scythe answered calmly, "We can use our powers in real life, too." He opened his inventory, and a dagger suddenly appeared in his hand. Ryu Wan stared in awe, reaching out to touch it. But Black Scythe made it vanish instantly. "My agility is high," he said. "That's why I'm fast." Ryu Wan then asked what would happen if someone increased their stats further. Black Scythe hesitated, then said he didn't know. In truth, he was lying, because in a previous attempt he had told his brother everything, and that mistake led to Ryu Wan being kidnapped. To change the mood, Black Scythe asked if he was hungry. Ryu Wan nodded, and they headed to a convenience store. While Ryu Wan browsed for instant noodles, Black Scythe went to the ATM and withdrew nearly all his money. Ryu Wan was surprised. "That's too much," he said. Black Scythe just smiled. "It's fine. Pick anything you want." Ryu Wan hesitated for a moment, then chose pork belly. Seeing his younger brother smile, Black Scythe felt at peace. They sat and ate together, enjoying a rare, warm meal, something they hadn't had in a long time. After eating, Black Scythe stood up, took a pen from the counter, and began filling out several lotto tickets. Ryu Wan looked at him in confusion, then worry. "Hyung, isn't that a waste? What if we don't win?" he said nervously. But what shocked him more was that every ticket had the same numbers. "What are you doing?" he asked. Black Scythe confidently smiled and said, "These are the winning numbers." The two brothers waited anxiously for the lotto results. Ryu Wan was restless, mumbling, "That money could have bought us so much food." As the numbers appeared one by one, more started matching. Ryu Wan's eyes widened with each hit until all the numbers lined up perfectly. He froze, then burst into tears of joy. "Am I dreaming?" he asked. Black Scythe smirked. "Would you prefer if it was?" Ryu Wan quickly shook his head, still overwhelmed. He jumped in excitement, but Black Scythe said, "Quiet down, the neighbors might hear." "Are you happy, Hyung?" Ryu Wan asked. "Of course," Black Scythe replied softly. He was happy. But after repeating this many times, it now felt more like duty. Wealth was just preparation for what's ahead. Ryu Wan asked, "How much will we get for 100 tickets?" "I'm not sure," Black Scythe said. The next day, he went to the bank. After collecting prizes so many times before, he was calm. The staff congratulated him, surprised that a student won. But when he mentioned his branch, they froze. It was the one with 100 winning tickets. One employee whispered, "Call the president. The VVIP winner's here." Moments later, an older man entered, introducing himself as the bank president. He congratulated Black Scythe and led him inside. A secretary greeted them, confused at first, thinking he was the president's son. But when she heard he was the VVIP, she quickly composed herself and asked him to sit. "I'm here to claim my winnings," Black Scythe said. She checked the tickets. Everyone had the same numbers. After confirming, she said, "After tax, your total is 15 billion won." Later, Black Scythe looked for a new place to live. He opened a stock account, knowing Bitcoin would rise 500% next month. He asked Ryu Wan, "Do you like the new house?" Ryu Wan nodded happily, then frowned. "Why rent instead of buying?" Black Scythe replied, "Because I don't have enough left." "What?" "I invested 14 billion in Bitcoin. Only 1 billion's left," he said calmly. Ryu Wan was speechless, but Black Scythe assured him, "Don't worry. I still know 4 more winning number sets." Ryu Wan brightened. "Then don't forget them." Black Scythe smiled faintly. "I never forget." He stood up. "Pack your things. We're moving today." Meanwhile, in another place, a loud crack echoed as a fist smashed through a wall. Yong Min, a boy in a jacket, stared at his hand, grinning with excitement. He punched again, breaking the wall completely. He had obtained the Strength Rune, an item that doubled his power. With each strike, his grin widened. Even Tyson would envy this. Now, filled with confidence, Yongmin decided to test just how powerful he'd become. Yongmin began knocking on Ryu-min's house, angry that Ryu-min wasn't answering his calls. He still couldn't forgive him for glaring at him that day. Now Yongmin was even more pissed. He started banging on the door, thinking Ryu-min was hiding inside. He began scaring him through the door. Then, an old man noticed him and asked who he was. Yongmin replied, "Why do you care? Are you the landlord or something?" The old man said yes and asked if he was looking for a friend. Yongmin, confused, said yes and asked if he could open the door. The old man said, "You're late." Yongmin was confused again, and the old man added that Ryu-min had already moved out. Yongmin clenched his fist, very angry. Somewhere in a tall building, Ryu-wan was amazed by how big it was. He couldn't believe they had rotating doors, entry cards, and security guards. He still couldn't believe they would live there. The brothers entered their room, which was very spacious. Ryu-wan couldn't believe how wide and clean it was. The living room and washing area were beautiful. He was shocked when he learned the monthly rent was 22 million won. Ryu-wan asked if it would be better to rent a cheaper place, but Ryu-min said the more secure the place, the better. Every month, players would fall asleep and become vulnerable in real life. Even if someone was strong in the game, it would end if they died in real life. The two talked about how nice the house was. Then Ryu-wan looked at his brother and suddenly felt guilty. Ryu-min looked back at him. Ryu-wan said sorry because he couldn't help him in the game. Ryu-min tapped his shoulder and said he would win anyway. Then Ryu-min said they should eat on the second floor. Suddenly his phone rang. He saw it was Yongmin and decided to ignore it. The next day, Ryu-min woke up and Ryu-wan greeted him. Ryu-wan said he would buy rice cakes. Ryu-min was confused and thought deeply because this hadn't happened before. He asked why, and Ryu-wan said he wanted to give them to their neighbors since they just moved in. Ryu-min thought it was a good idea and decided to come along. The brothers rang doorbells, introducing themselves and giving rice cakes. An old woman came out, and they told her they had just moved in before giving her the rice cake. She thanked them. They continued to the next neighbor, then another, and another. Finally, there was only one place left. They rang the bell, but no one answered. They rang it again, but still nothing. They thought no one was home. When they turned around, they froze in shock. Standing in front of them was the actress Seo Arin. The two stared at how beautiful she was. Suddenly, her bodyguard stopped them and asked if they were fans. The brothers said they were her neighbors. Ryu-wan handed the rice cake, but the guard said she didn't eat that and ignored them. He opened the door and told Seo Arin to enter. She looked back before going inside. Ryu-min said he didn't like the guard's attitude, but Ryu-wan was amazed. Ryu-min asked why, and Ryu-wan said Seo Arin was really beautiful. Meanwhile, on social media, Seo Arin was scrolling. She felt sad about what happened to the world. Many actors she knew died, even close friends. Others tried to cheer her up, but it was still hard. She survived because she got a good rune, and she was grateful. Her guard approached and asked what she was thinking. They talked about the game. Seo Arin wondered how she could survive again. The guard said not to worry and that he would protect her. She smiled. At first, she thought he was only assigned to watch her, but in the game, he gave her most of the kills. He told her not to give up. She agreed. The guard said the two brothers might have intentions, but Seo Arin thought they seemed like good people. She noticed they looked a bit older, so they must have killed 100 goblins too. She couldn't believe they could act normal after the game. The guard said only an idiot wouldn't survive. Seo Arin knew he was strong, but Black Scythe was the strongest. She wondered what his job was in real life. On January 31st, Ryu-wan was cleaning when Ryu-min came home. He asked how much he got. Ryu-min said around 15 billion won. Ryu-wan asked if the bank wasn't suspicious after 4 wins. He remembered the bank president being shocked and asking how. Ryu Min said he had a lucky dream. The president said he wished he had it too. Ryu Won was confused. Ryu Won asked why he put the money in Bitcoin again. Ryu Min said not yet and told him not to worry, then suggested they get food. The brothers ate outside until night. At 11:55 p.m., Ryu Won held Ryu Min's hand, afraid he wouldn't come back. He told him to survive. Ryu Min said he saw him beat Bang Taegyu and told him to sleep. Then the time came. Black Scythe was teleported and the others too. Everyone was scared to be there again. One girl saw someone and recognized him. It was Black Scythe. Hearing people whisper, he knew he was superior. Even Yong Min stared at him. Black Scythe focused as an angel appeared. People were confused because the angel was new. She said an incident happened and she would watch them now. She asked if she should announce the objective for round 2. This is the end of the video. If you want to see the next part, don't forget to like and subscribe.